back to my channel. You already know it's your girl. It's me. It is a very special video because it is my birthday weekend. It is my birthday weekend, y'all. I turned 29 on Wednesday. Why not do a video on 28 things that I've learned? Clearly, I'm on the 29th year. Like, I can't give you 29 things. Like, that's way too much for my brain. Some of these are going to be a little humorous, all right? So just don't take me seriously, but at the same time, take me seriously. I have an outing to go to, so I'm going to be doing my makeup per usual. I want to do like something light. When it came to like a special occasion, I always felt like I had to do like a full face. Face had to look like it was straight out of a magazine. It had to look Instagram ready. But like now, I really like the subtle makeup look. I used to be like, if you're gonna put the makeup on, just put it on. Like, don't don't tiptoe around it. Like, put the makeup on. I used to hate this shit right here. Girlies still do this. They be like, baby, would you really go ahead and go ahead? Hey, rub that in because we don't waste nothing around here. I won't be doing that today, but I'll be doing like something subtle, still a face of makeup, still giving you very much a look, but just with less of it, if that makes sense. We're gonna get right into the things, child, right into the things. Okay, prime example, my first thing I learned is that confidence is not something that's loud and boisterous all the time. Just because it doesn't show up how it might show up in other people does not mean that you're not confident. I don't have the same desire that other people have to be liked, or the same desire that other people have to be seen and heard all the time. And where I grew up, if you wasn't like loud and boisterous, you ain't had this booming personality, you wasn't talkative, like people really thought that they could play with you, thought that you was a punk and that you wouldn't say nothing. So like me showing up as me and being unapologetic about it makes people make space for me. The next thing I learned was prioritizing knowledge. My desire for knowledge and wanting to know allowed me to pull my emotions back and look at it and get the answers that I need. Focus on knowing. It answered a lot of questions for me. Sometimes I didn't even get the answer, like a direct answer, but just the fact of how it was given to me, how the answer was given to me, told me everything I needed to know. Oh, my next one, a crash out is necessary, okay? I'm not saying, you know, run over 3 people, okay, go on a heist across the country and then overthrow the government. Okay, I'm not saying do that. Then when I had my crash out moment a few months ago, like the old part of me that was trying to suppress it would have been so ashamed. Like, I would have dwelled on it for months. It really felt so good because I respected my emotions in the moment. I didn't react or respect my emotions in the prior situation, so it's showing up in other situations and it's preventing me from seeking clarity. I think I deserve like at least 1 or 2 crash outs a year. Like 1 or 2 is not bad. It's not bad. All my baddies check in have had like tumultuous friendships and tumultuous relationships. People tap in. Behind every beautiful woman, there's 100 hating ass women, jealous hating ass women, and 1,000 hating ass jealous men.
I told them messy assholes don't speak on me. Keep my name out your mouth cause I don't beat for free.
No, I will not elaborate further. Oh, I love this one. The other side of that is I attract what I'm going through. As much as I didn't like to admit it, like a lot of things and people that I was attracting had a lot to do with how I was seeing myself in that moment. I had to be honest with myself. Like, I would literally be like, have this intense FOMO of like, oh my gosh, like I need to do something, I need to be doing this, I need to be doing that. And it's like, girl, you're in this eager ass mode. Who do you think you're gonna attract right now? To my higher self, I had to realize that a lot of the habits of me like falling down certain like rabbit holes of like self-deprecation, be down like a further path that it'd be harder to dig myself out of. Oh, the next thing I learned, putting away money in random places. I have to save my own ass by like just putting money away and forgetting it. Like, I will put money in anything. I had a damn Robinhood account that had money in it, and I needed something for my bills. Took some money from there. I put that money in there years ago. I found that just having money tucked away in random places has helped me so much. Why did I add this intense ass highlight? Like, I said I was gonna do that. Y'all, this has like been my saving grace. Like, as a woman, my pride and joy is my beauty. I don't play when it comes to my beauty routines, and I started them so early. Even though I wasn't like fully dedicated to it, I didn't have like a whole like step-by-step routine for everything. A little bit of effort that I did had accomplished so much, and it was like, I'm so happy I started that so early. Even with like my diet, when I hit like 25, like I had a little bit of a weight gain. That kind of shifted like my diet. I lost like a good 15 pounds when I turn like 27. Just by like having the discipline and putting forth like different things in my life. Like I said, I don't even have a full-blown like strict regimen, like, oh, I only eat this on this day, but like I do everything in moderation. If I had like Wingstop on Monday, buttermilk biscuits, I'm not going to do another fast food place until the next week, or until I know that everything is out of my body. That kind of goes to my next point. Like, half work to me is better than no work at all. With me like picking stuff up and putting it down and starting over and then picking it up and putting it back down, like I still made a little bit of progress. So I feel like just to not do anything at all has always just been the detriment. Still kind of like on my mental health journey. I do feel like I have ADHD, so it's hard for me to kind of like focus, do one thing at one time, etc. But like the effort that I put in like has made me really, really proud of myself. This next one, yeah, I don't trust people.
It's not the step out the game. You're playing with the right one.
Like, no, I don't trust people that have an explanation for everything. It's something about when I ask a rhetorical, philosophical, metaphysical question, okay, and somebody always has an answer for it, that just irks me. I never quite figured out why. When it comes to like self-discovery, I never want to be with somebody or be around people who think they know everything, who can't be told anything, who can't question anything. And then I feel like if you're a human on this earth, you have to know how small you are in proximity to like the things that you don't know. That's my personal belief. This is something that I learned by putting myself out there more. In my other video that I was talking about, is the subconscious shows up more than the conscious mind. I guess you can kind of put it in comparison to like muscle memory. I consciously know that I don't want to do something, but I might do it anyway. And it's my subconscious taking over. And it's so hard to track it sometimes, because that means you have to like literally be woke all the time. You literally have to watch yourself like a toddler. I was not the best at saying things. Like, I always used to slip up and say the wrong thing or say it in the wrong way. There was no bad intention behind what I was trying to say. Sometimes I felt like I wanted to show up a certain way, like I wanted to come off a way, but then like something would happen and my subconscious would take over. Embracing the subconscious, but then also correcting it is something that I'm still kind of like working through. Oh, I love this one. I love this one. I know I love it. For me, like, my sexuality about myself is okay. I think what it is just having the autonomy. Like, doing it because you want to do it. Taking the onus off of myself. I don't want to have to like not be myself or not want to express myself. Respecting myself and respecting my wishes has become way more important to me. Like, be sexual because you want to, but not because somebody else wants you to. Be covered up because you want to be, not because society is telling you that, oh, only whores walk around with a crop top on. Like, what? I don't mind walking away from anybody that doesn't make me feel like how I'm showing up isn't myself or isn't respecting how the next thing I learned is if I gotta ponder it too much, if it's not feeling right, then it ain't. My next point I learned is that I don't owe anybody a perfect life. Like, I know like within this day and age that we live in, I feel like it's such a disease that social media has created where people feel like their lives are so incomplete. Here I am, me myself, I've always kind of lived very unapologetically, always respected who I was. Like, I never was ashamed of who I was. Being a creative, a lot of people don't really respect that, and they feel like, oh, you got to be here, why aren't you doing this? It's still kind of like a very ambiguous kind of path, versus like when you want to be a doctor, you go to school, you get this degree, that degree. You want to be a lawyer, you go to law school. In order for this to work, in order for me to work, in order for what I'm doing to work, I have to fully stand behind myself 100%. I just figured out, like, you know, I don't owe anybody any type of perfect explanation for my life. Like, either you fuck with it or you don't. If you don't try to hop on any other time. I'm very bitter like that. One of my favorite songs is Drake, How About Now. I scream that song to the rooftop. It's a manifestation song to me. Motivation by shame only makes me bitter. I know for me personally, like, when people try to motivate me by being shameful, it only made me bitter towards the person I used to be. It only made me hate the place that I came from. Like, I have to be humble. I can't look back at myself and, you know, scoff. Self-talk that comes with boosting yourself up by shame is not healthy, because what's going to happen the minute that I fail? I'm going to be repeating all the negative talk that I use to push myself up, and that's not the support system I want internally. I don't want a support system within my own self that hates me. The next thing I learned is that softness is not a weakness. It was my softness that was the wrong thing. It was just that I was being soft in the wrong environment. Yo, I'm still looking for those environments where I could be welcomed and feel soft, and I'm finding them slowly and surely. The next thing I learned is that literally nobody has their shit together. People are really trying to convince you that what they convince you of this life that doesn't exist. That be the media, whether it be people in your life. Like, oh, like you might have surface level things that make you feel like you have everything together. Is your mental okay? Is your spiritual health okay? Like, people are always so afraid to like talk about their mistakes and their failures because we have this idea that everybody is doing well. Y'all have me thinking, y'all have me thinking y'all is all okay. Ah, that's a good one. Okay, this is another thing. I'm not just saying this because, oh, like, girl, like, you're saying this because you're turning whatever age. I don't care if you're 24 and you're feeling this way. Being in your mid to late 20s is not old. I never was somebody who thought my life was over, but I know like living in this climate, it's kind of hard to ignore it because you have so many people that are feeling that themselves and sometimes project that onto you. I feel like my life is so much more than just deducing it to my 20s. It's supposed to be my best years, but it's also supposed to be the years that I'm working hard. It's supposed to be the years that I'm dumb, but then the years I'm supposed to be smart and knowing what to do. It's like that journey never ends. That being said, the next thing I learned is your 20s is your movie. Your life is your movie. At least like, for me, I don't ever want to stop and look around and be like, okay, I'm done. This is all I want. Like, no. I was not bullied as a child. I just had haters.
Exactly. And I told her.
Being a child that was confident in not sitting at the cool table really made me look at them this small, because that's what bullies are. Bullies are haters. To think that in my most insecure moments, like I was literally like threatening people, like people felt me as a threat, is so crazy to me. It feels so good to be alive. The next thing I've learned is I'm not putting LOL after shit no more. You know, I used to put LOL after everything, like to try to lighten the blow. Like, oh, like, I don't think I want to do that, LOL. Like, no, I'm right. I'm not doing that. That's a complete sentence. The thing I learned is that friends and family that are truly there for you, that truly care about you, they're going to care about how they make you feel. I've learned a lot about relationships in my 28 years. And a lot of times, adults don't have the capacity to stick around for things that don't serve them anymore. People make the decision to want you in their life, they're going to intentionally show up a certain way. And if somebody is like choosing not to understand you, choosing to like gaslight you, like really try to make you feel as if what you're feeling towards them is insignificant, I wouldn't consider them a friend. And I've cut off a lot of people like that. Last thing I want is to be given the title of friend or family to somebody and they're not acting like that, or go to the workplace and be treated like very surface level, very conditionally. Like, why would I allow someone in my space that I'm supposed to be able to confide in and grow and be held accountable for both and understand, why would I allow somebody in that sacred space if they're not going to do that? Just being acknowledgeable. Somebody's like pain is the bare minimum, but if a friend or family can't even do that, then like I really think like they might hate you. No, I'm just playing. I think I started this point, but what I was saying was talking to God or talking to yourself is like talking to God, because God lives in all of us. I love talking to myself. I'm the thoroughest nigga alive. Why would I not consult the thoroughest nigga that I know? How y'all like the hair? I feel like it's a little Susie Q. We'll fluff it out a little bit. Ooh, I'm liking how this is turning out. I think I look like a sexy housewife. Recognizing and re-strengthening the ways that I think about myself and unlearn things that I was taught as a child. Also restructuring the words and how I speak to other people, make sure I'm not projecting how I was spoken to as a child. My childhood trauma, girlies, tap in. You grew up in a certain section, an urban section, you weren't really taught to have an endless mindset. I know I wasn't. Everything was scarce. And when I got to my adulthood, there was things right blatantly in my face that I could take advantage of. Something as simple as going to another part of the city and just walking around felt like it was a radical thing. Like, things that I didn't even realize that I was restricting myself. And it's like, girl, like, you have free will, you have money, you have the time, you have the youth, go do it. Another thing that I learned, recognizing and learning the art of saving my good news, my good energy, opportunity, my good fortune, and saving those things with myself. I would immediately try to pour it into somebody else without saving it and harvesting it for myself. I don't think that pouring into people is a bad thing. I think it becomes bad when you are pouring into people and it's like nothing left for yourself. When I get good news and stuff, I immediately take a minute to thank God and thank myself, thank the universe. and then I find a way to recycle it. Just because you can't fix something that's broken doesn't mean you don't have to work. I always felt like my happiness was not mine. I had to share it. Not sure if that came from like a scarcity mindset or what, but like I always did feel like this little piece of happiness that I have to give it, or I have to give it away. I have to do something with it, and it always was in the frame of other people and other things. The next thing I've honed is getting over my fear of surpassing people, just because like, I don't know, I've always felt this energy around me that just felt like so depressing. Things are only possible through your thoughts. If I always think that something bad is going to come up when I'm doing good, or if I always think that, you know, surpassing people is going to warrant bad outcomes, and I'll never surpass, or I'll never move. There is no one way to do things. There is no set path. Creating my own box has been like the most scary and interesting thing that I've put forth in my life. It requires a lot of bravery, and I think what keeps me going is the notion of just the possibilities of what could happen, and I'm very content with that. I hope my journey maybe inspire somebody else. But yes, y'all, that is my video. I'm glad y'all watched. I'm glad y'all stuck through. Yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.